battery plate to run the R6 from Sony batteries. Media is in my laptop bag, laptop is in the laptop bag, readers are in the laptop bag, small LED packs. So this is the kind of stripped down lighting box I've got. First of all, this is a portable or walkable lighting. It's a tiny little panel and a dado spot which can fill in the sun, and a V-lock converter. Should we get to operate on power, I've got my Lupo panel. These are just to put cable safely across a path. I've got a couple of extension leads there, and this one's quite fun. This is designed to run off a caravan hookup. C200 Canon lenses, they're at home. R6 Movi crane is in the back. Radio box, which I call the Mad Professor box. I've got an audio bag. The purpose of all the bits and bobs in the Mad Professor box is to operate my Movi stabilizer remotely, which means that I can put it on the jib, or in other situations hang it off a vehicle using a arm that I have. This is my video transmitter. This is the Movi Mimic setup, which has a video receiver, the Mimic that can control the Movi, and a follow focus, and an arm for my small HD monitor. This is a clamp to mount the small HD monitor on the Movi if I need to, and this is a device that enables the Movi to run for very long periods of time on 2 V-lock batteries. I've got some aerials here that will work for the video transmitter or the Movi Mimic. This is a kind of box of spares. That's a red byte decimator for SDI cameras, and basically there's a lot of HDMI leads. So that's my kind of Mad Professor box. So this is my expensive Movi case that I would put the Movi out on a rental, but for me I'm actually using this really useful box because it's just got a bit more space, and also it will go in that gap in my van. And this is a typical thing with a pre-constructed case, in that they haven't really thought through all the extra bits and bobs that will need to go in it. GH4 for car mounting. Here's the GH4. It's got a speed booster on the front and a good solid chunk on the bottom. I like the GH4 for car mounting because the flippy screen is actually pretty handy. 20mm Nikon lens will work with neutral density. I've got a Nikon 14 that won't work with neutral density. I'm just going to pop an Arca plate onto the bottom of this GH4 to make it quick to mount. And you might wonder about this large chunk of metal at the bottom, and it's not the greatest piece of engineering, but the purpose is that I can mount a follow focus rod on the side here in an extremely robust manner, because this is connecting both to the speed booster and to the camera body. I've got the 18mm prime, it's a bit of a Nikon classic, step down to 72 at the front, and this is pretty soft and ropey, but it's a 28-2 Nikon, which has a very nice sort of soft bokeh, drive it in the dark, do a portrait of the driver sort of look. Could look very nice with that lens, so I'm going to keep it simple. I think 2 lenses that are, one's a reasonably wide with the speed booster, and the other one is quite stylish, and they've both got 72 fronts, so I can easily ND filter them. And I've also put in that bag a clear filter, because if I do an external car mount and there's gravel or something, I feel it's important maybe to put a protective filter on, because these lenses are actually becoming quite valuable, so I want to be careful with them. This is a 50 1.2 Nikon, and you can do some very nice pretty stuff with that, so I'm going to take it as well. I've got two 50mm Nikons. My other one tends to be my more regular handheld operating lens, because this one's got quite stiff focus, and that's not great to handheld operate, but on a car mount that could be really good. On the car mounting front, I've just pre-rigged this little monstrosity, and it's a Manfrotto little bowl, which means it's very quick to get horizons, and we've got two 5/8 or 16mm spigots coming out here, which will very quickly go onto some suction cups with Arri clamps on them. So that's will be straight on the bonnet, level it up with this, arca onto the camera, and then I'll be putting a top grip on the camera as well to a third suction cup. My little plate here might look pretty rough, but it's actually got the 3/8 screw inlaid into it, and that's an M5 or M4 pin, so that this Manfrotto is actually secured on, can't twist off. In terms of the arca plate twisting off, I'm not that happy about that, but there is these little screws here that you can go up into the bottom as well as the main 3/8, so it should be pretty solid. In terms of doing the car mounting and anything unforeseen, I've got that's what I call grip box 1. This is the top of grip box 1, which is very small and accurate parts. This is grip box 2, which I've stripped down a bit and added my suction cups. In the bags are safety straps, and I've got toolboxes which have tools and then nuts and bolts, M6, Imperial, M8, M12 and larger. And while we're at the back of the van, you can see my jib tripod there, my jib bar, my boom, a couple of sandbags, a couple of sea sands and some longer tubes, 3 umbrellas, and part of my jib is my Miller tripod bag, a little bouncer so I can put that on my knee if I'm driving around in the car, a 4x4 reflector board, and the diffusion for my LED panel. So that's a little bit of me getting ready for this famous motor racing festival. Now let's be clear that I'm expecting probably to be shooting on the shoulder with my Canon C200 and my assistant holding a boom, and maybe we'll have the tripod and a 24-105, and that will be it. But should the opportunity present itself, I've got my little jib, so I might be able to do some rather fancy shots of the car that I'm going to be concentrating on. And also I've got my physical car mounting, which I can stick a camera on the windscreen or on the paintwork, which I'll be very scared of, so I'd prefer to stick it on glass, but I have got that GH4 all prepped up, so we may do some movie stuff or jib movie stuff, which I prefer. That's the R6, and I've bought this new 51.8 nifty 50, which can get a hell of a look on this camera. But what I do need is to get a 49 to 77 step up ring, which is not something I've previously needed until this little 50 lens arrived yesterday. So that's me beginning to be set up for the large motorsport festival in the southeast of England in the next couple of days. So I'm going to leave this lot in the shed tonight so I don't have to unload it into my house or have any security risks by leaving it in the van. Yeah, so I just rang up Wex, or Calumet they used to be, but now they're Wex, to get a 49 to 77 step-up ring so I'd be able to ND this new nifty 50 lens. And I think they wanted more than £50 for a step-up ring, so obviously I'm going to buy it on Amazon for about £5. And it's pretty, I don't know what it is, it's tragic. I want to buy from the local dealer, but the lady on the phone started telling me how they were hard to make or something, and it's just not true. So it's a bit depressing phone call, so I better get onto Amazon Prime. The truth of this little 50mm lens is, really, it is going to create an incredibly cinematic look, either on the C200 or on the R6. £89. It's got excellent autofocus, and really one wonders why people even kind of want or are interested in their £30,000 Cook lenses, because I'd much prefer to have a new van or an extended holiday and use the little nifty 50. Quick pop onto Amazon, and I've got it delivered to a supermarket near my mother's house, which means I don't have to be waiting around for it to arrive tomorrow. And we've got some braces, a couple of Micro HDMI jumpers, 4TB hard drive, £12.90, quite expensive, 49 to 77 step-up ring, and some COVID masks. It's horrible to say, but the ability to get COVID masks and a step-up ring in one shopping trip is very valuable to someone like me, getting this shoot together. And the braces they may seem like a bit of a joke, but I do consider them to be part of work, because it's quite easy for your trousers to slip and you not to be able to do anything about it if you're rolling with the camera on your shoulder. So keeping the trousers up while rolling is definitely part of being professional.